米大リーグのワイルドカードシリーズが日本時間10月1日から開幕します。ロサンゼルスのドジャースタジアムでは前日練習が行われ、試合前会見として多くの関係者が報道陣の取材に応じました。ドジャースのフレディ・フリーマンをはじめ、ムーキー・ベッツ、ダルトン・ラッシング、デーブ・ロバーツ監督、レッツのテリー・フランコーナ監督、初戦先発予定のハンター・グリーンらが大谷翔平について言及しています。ロバーツ監督が1世代に1人と評した大谷について、フリーマンは8世代に1人とさらに強調し、改めて超人的な存在だ。翔平は2人分の仕事を1人でこなしていると絶賛しました。さらに、ムーキー・ベッツやクレイトン・カーショーといったチームメイトにも言及しています。また、ドジャースのマックス・マンシー、ブレイク・トライネン、ブレイク・スネル、そしてレッツのギャビン・ラックスらも記者会見に出席し、興味深い発言を残しました。これらの内容をまとめて、日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Freddie, thanks for the time playing in the postseason once again. Your 10th trip into the fall. On this day before you start, workout day, what's your head like? What's your workout routine like? Tell us what your day's been.
Well, I did an interview about an hour ago, and then I got a haircut because I got to make myself look a little younger. Because you said 10 times, that means I got to be in this league a little longer. So I shaved the beard, got rid of the gray a little bit, and after this, I will start my routine of my knee drills, my hand drills, and then I'll start warming up in the cage. Then we have a 3-stage. What we're going to do, like traject inside, facing the Reds starters and relievers, and then we'll do some defense, and then hit some on-field BP, and then we'll go do an advanced meeting afterwards. So I just gave you the whole rundown.
Full day. Full day.
Hey, Freddie, it's Tom Perducci. Thanks for joining us.
Tom.
And you led me to the next question here. Your first postseason game way back in 2012. 62 games later, in terms of your prep for postseason baseball, do you want more information, less information? What have you learned about playing in the postseason?
I think it's more of back then to compare it to now and back then is obviously way more information, more analytics are involved. How we go about matchups and things of that nature, a lot more than it was in 2012. I think 2012 was kind of a hectic playoff game, wasn't that? If you guys remember that one.
Yes.
That was the infield
fly rule game, yeah, with St. Louis.
Yeah. But now it's more of it's like you kind of just like we have an app where we can look at all our at-bats. So I've already watched all my at-bats against Hunter Green in my career, what he's done in this last month, how he's attacking hitters a little bit differently. He had a great September, so kind of see what he's done differently. You just try and do the best you can, get as much information. Obviously, some guys want way more information. Some guys want a little bit less than other guys. But I think we have a team that's right in the middle, and then we kind of attack, kind of going on based off of how we feel. And like our hitters meetings, each hitter will talk about their approach and what they're looking for, and then so just to help other guys out who have not faced them as much as other guys. So I think we got a good team of just how we communicate with each other, and gives us a better plan of attack going into it tomorrow.
Freddie, it's Jake Peavy, buddy. Congrats.
Hey, Jake. I appreciate it.
Great year. Look, I love that you're getting it right, getting it tight. You look good. You feel good. You feel good. You play good. I see you. Look, you're a two-time World Series champion. Have seen it delivered in multiple organizations. The vibes going in, you just went in depth of hitters' meetings and the plan of attack. But what's the overall message, the vibe that you're trying to create to pull this thing off as you have done twice?
Yes, I mean, obviously it's a little bit different route we're taking this year. Obviously, we would love to take the first round bye. That means we got the 1 or 2 seed, but it didn't happen this year. We had a lot of speed bumps, a lot of injuries. We didn't play as well. But the last, I would say, month for our starting pitching, and then offensively the last couple weeks, and then our bullpen has really we've all started clicking together at the right time. So hopefully we can feed off the energy that we just had in Seattle. We played really good baseball there, played really good baseball in Arizona. We're feeling good about ourselves. Our pitching is healthy. We do have some aches and pains on the offensive side, trying to make sure Will Smith, Tommy Edman, Max Muncy, hopefully they're feeling good today, get some work in for them and get our work in. But everyone's feeling good, feeling confident. We know what's ahead. We know how hard winning baseball games in October is, but we got a lot of experience here, and the vibes are high, so we're ready to go for tomorrow.
Yeah, Freddie, it seems like all good things from the Dodgers start at the top of the lineup with Shohei and Mookie. Shohei just amazing again, setting a Dodger home run record again. Yeah. And Mookie looks like he's swinging the bat better in September than he did all year. Tell me what you see from those two down the stretch heading into the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the little clip of our team this year, and I heard Doc say he's a once-in-a-generational player that Shohei is. I think it's a once-in-about 8 generations player that Shohei is. It's really incredible. I was talking about how amazing it was last year when he was rehabbing Tommy John and what he was doing, and now he did it pitching, and that was obviously our first time seeing him pitch and hit. It really is incredible. I would say Saturday was the big one. We gave him an off day in Seattle, but his off day consisted of getting himself ready to throw a bullpen and do all that. So it wasn't really an off day. So he's doing the work of 2 players. It really is amazing to watch. I think since he's come into this league, every All-Star game you get asked about Shohei and what it is like. And for 8 years now, I still don't have enough words to say how amazing he is. He is special. And then obviously Mookie. Mookie's obviously, I would say wasn't Mookie for the first couple months, but obviously he's looking really good the last, month or two. Right where he needs. I think people didn't realize how good of a shortstop he was defensively too. I think he led shortstops in DRS this year, which is pretty amazing. It's just Mookie Betts is Mookie Betts. I don't think anybody's worried about him in Dodger Blue, and I think he's ready to go for tomorrow too.
Hey, Freddie, before we let you go, and since we're asking you about all your teammates, I got to ask you about Clayton and the fact that, you had some information before anybody else did that this might be the last ride. Tell us about how that went, and tell us about how he's approaching this last postseason for himself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think the last couple of years he's always said, I'll talk to Ellen and see what it is. But I think you could kind of tell that this year he didn't want to end being hurt last year, and obviously wasn't able to pitch in the postseason last year with him being hurt. But once you found out he was going to get all those surgeries and get it all done, and you knew he was going to come back. But just incredible, 18 years to go out 11-2 this year with a 3.3 ERA. Just like I told him a couple days ago, he could still do it 2 more years. But his response is, I don't know if I can get this carcass out there on the field every 5 days anymore. But it's just Clayton special. He's left everything on this field, especially on this mound behind me. Taking the ball in short rests and postseasons, thrown 260 innings. It seems like 8 straight years, including the postseason. Never complained one time. Always took the ball. First ballot Hall of Famer. Like Shohei's a once-in-a-8 generation. Clayton's, in my opinion, the best pitcher of our generation. So it's been an honor. And for Doc to let me take him out of the game yesterday, that was pretty special. I wish I'd had my hat on, though, but I didn't know I was going to do that. But I did my first pitching change ever, and he disobeyed me. He wouldn't give me the ball. I'm off to a rough start. I was taking pitchers out, but he was absolutely, just to go out 5 1/3 innings. I think it was 7 strikeouts, ending on a strikeout. You couldn't have scripted any better. And obviously, I don't think he's on the wild card roster because he threw 5+ innings yesterday. But hopefully we can get through this wild card round, and we'll see where we're at in the NLDS and getting him on it.
No, not that you doubted it, but we have a fact checker, Freddie. Every time somebody comes on and spits out stats, you were 100% accurate with every number that you threw out here. And we can see the stress just oozing from you in preparation for another postseason. Thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate it, guys.
Freddie Freeman.
Thank you.
Still
talk to you
World
guys soon.
Series MVP Freddie Freeman. Until there's another one, it's Freddie.
So where do you think Otani fits in, especially in the short series?
I think with him being probably the best player in the world, he can fit in wherever he wants to fit in. So whenever he feels like he needs to go in and pitch, I'm pretty positive nobody with a Dodger uniform will say no.
Yeah, Mookie, after the back-to-back walk-off losses in Baltimore, you guys had won 15 out of 20. What changed?
I don't know. I don't know. You just go through your ups and your downs. That's really kind of it. And, we just got back to playing good baseball, throwing strikes and timely hitting. I think for a stretch there, that some of us weren't really producing like we needed to, and so I think it was just a collection of us starting to play a little better, pitch a little better, hit a little better. better base running, better defense, kind of just playing better baseball. And I think that's really us. And we just have to keep doing it.
You mentioned pitchers feeding off each other. And I guess in the notion of timely hits, do you feel like in your lineup you guys feed off each other as well?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I definitely would say so. But in the beauty of this is anybody can start it. It doesn't just start from Shohei or Freddie or myself. It starts with Pies and Tommy Edman and guys down there. Sometimes Ben Rortbat. So you can start anywhere, and I think that's why we're so good. And you got to play 9 full innings to beat us, and we just have to keep applying pressure like that.
Where does Ohtani fit into you in the postseason?
I can't answer that question. That's above my pay grade. I don't really know what his role is going to be. I know it's Shohei Ohtani. It's going to be a great role regardless of what it is. He's going to do what he does, and he's going to help us win every single game that we possibly can.
Well, Blake, first, just when did you find out you were going to be the Game 1 starter? And 2, just what does it mean to you to be taking the ball, Game 1 of the wild card, and hopefully setting this team in a good path and a good tone to start this series?
Yeah, I found out a little while ago. Yeah, but no, I'm excited. There's no better feeling than being Game 1, starting it off. And the goal is to get us off to a good start, a win, and go from there.
Yeah, Blake, during those 4 months and even this past offseason where you're going through free agency, how much was pitching in October for this team sort of something that was front of mind, and how much is that something that's going to be meaningful for you sort of this next month?
Yeah, no, it's everything. That's why, the big reason why I came here was to pitch in October and to really challenge myself personally and see how good I am. Face the best when the stakes are the highest. That's what I've always wanted. So, I couldn't be more excited to be in the position.
Like, with the way this team has built momentum towards the postseason, did you sense a shift, and what would you attribute that to?
I think everyone's just getting excited for postseason ball. I mean, I don't know if I sense the shift. I know that all of us are really excited about October and what we can accomplish and do. And now that it's here, I think the best part is we get to prove it to ourselves, see how good of a team we really are together. That's exciting for us.
You've been outspoken about the bullpen not lacking for confidence, and it's just being a long season. Was there anything maybe that clicked over the final stretch of the year, or is it just baseball?
I think it's trial and error for a lot of us. It's like it's not easy to maintain a level of play, and that's why we're professionals. We do a better clip at it than most, and sometimes you just have down years. Very few people, you go back and look, have a career like Kirsch where you don't have a bad year. And I was looking at the other day, I was like, man, he's 18 years of just solid baseball. And so the unfortunate thing is we had a few guys go through it at the same time this year, and then random bad outings happen in the midst of that. So it just feels like the bullpen was constantly in a bad boat. But man, we've had conversations, and through it all, I've seen teams, maybe get animosity towards different pockets of groups in the clubhouse. And this team is super close at we don't care, hey, we're at the playoffs. We know what everybody in here is capable of doing, and we believe in each other more than, I promise you, more than anybody else in baseball. So, and that's all that matters. We're going to be fine. And our guys, I think we've just what else do we have to lose? We've already hit some tough patches. We've had to try to claw out of it, have some success, and then another tough patch. It's man, what do you have to lose? So there's almost a freedom to it. I think our guys are in a good spot.
Speaking of Kershaw, what's it like, somebody of his career, his caliber, to be accepting of a potential bullpen role to help you? What's that dynamic? What does it say about the team?
He's just a pro's pro. I mean, there could very well be a spot when he's going to be starting a game in the playoffs, So it's not about that. It's more or less it's a 3-game set. You have certain guys that are, doing what, the organization views is, more useful at this point in time. And then you're going to see Kershaw be there when the phone rings, or if he's starting a game or whatever. I don't really know how the organization is going to use any of us, and we'll find out who all is on the roster and how things are going to get sorted out. But it doesn't surprise me that if there's conversations had where he's not on this roster, that he handles it great, because he's a pro and he's going to do whatever it takes to be a part of this team. I mean, it's the reason we've won 2 other ones anyways. So
everything feels good. Yeah, I'm hoping to be in there tomorrow. It's obviously not my choice. I don't make the lineups, but it's the weekend was a good chance to give the body to reset and work on a couple things, and that's where we're at right now.
David kind of said the whole body. Was it some stuff that you've been dealing with before?
Yeah, I mean, there's just been a lot of issues going on. From when I came back, just a lot of hit by pitches, a lot of lingering effects from those, and just trying to, get things cleared out. Get things cleared out mentally also.
You've been dealing with stuff from the oblique that originally was going to put you on the IL, or is that something that's completely separate?
That's something that's completely separate.
I wasn't sure if you mentioned this or not, but is your availability for tomorrow still in question?
No, I'll be ready for tomorrow. Yeah, that's I'll be ready for tomorrow. I'm taking live BPs today, and we're doing everything today. So yeah, I'll be ready for tomorrow.
Can you go over your pitching decisions for the tryout of Snell? Do you have a game 2 and game 3?
No game 3. Yamamoto will start game 2.
And what's your plans for Ohtani pitching wise right now?
He'll if there is a game 3, he'll probably start game 3.
And then how about Clayton? What's your plans with him?
He threw yesterday a full ramp up, so he's not going to be on this roster.
But he'll be back perhaps if you're in the DS?
If we're fortunate enough, he'll be on the DS roster, yes.
Hey Dave, how was there much consideration of maybe doing Ohtani game 1? How much of that kind of also just on trying to manage his workload and allow him to kind of focus on hitting these first 2 games?
I think that the workload, it's the proper rest for Snell, Yamamoto, and obviously we don't know what's going to happen with the game 3, but then also there's an off day after that, so just thinking through everything.
Dave, with Ohtani, obviously if you guys can wrap this thing up kind of on the earlier, right, if you can finish the series in 2 games, has implications for the next series. How much did that factor into placing Ohtani where you did?
Yeah, that played a role as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Dave, when you look at Sasaki, how good he looked, how do you weigh that against, maybe it wasn't like the most pressurized of situations, the fact that it was only twice, how do you kind of weigh all that, and do you know yet if he's going to be on the roster?
I expect him to be on the roster. I expected. We haven't finalized anything yet. I still think that the way he threw, the big games that he's pitched in before, I think that that's something that I can trust, certainly. I don't know what role that would be, but I think that what I've seen in the last couple outings, and even the ones in AAA, are considerably different than the ones we had earlier this year.
Yeah, but I know you've been back here already during the regular season. Is it weird being back now for the playoffs and anything you feel about being back for the postseason?
No, I think I kind of got that out of the way on the first trip here, but being here, playing a lot of playoff games here, I'm excited. It's a great environment. This place is going to be rocking, so I think it'll be a good experience and a lot of fun for a lot of guys who haven't experienced this yet, and I'm just excited to kind of go to war here with the guys we got.
Does it feel weird sitting in here wearing red?
No, I think I've kind of gotten past all that. I spent a decade here in this org, so really grateful for everything they did for me. But no, I think I'm ready to get out there and try to kick their whats.
Hi, I want to ask you about Shohei Ohtani. You haven't allowed many hits or home runs to Shohei. What's been the key to facing him?
Just continuing to double down on strengths and knowing who I am as a pitcher and having the utmost confidence in myself. Like I said, I'm obviously a great talent, but I'm also in the big leagues as well. So continuing to just believe in myself, and like I said earlier, it's really just about taking one pitch at a time and being able to execute to the best of your ability.
if ever, and you've been here at Dodger Stadium watching a postseason game?
Tell that on myself, but I was here for the World Series last year. So.
Oh, yeah, okay. Any other time as a kid, like watching a Dodger pitcher go, I'd like to be like him one day?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I grew up coming to these games as a kid. You know, so like I said earlier, to be here, it's a full circle moment. Just really special. And I can't remember the last postseason game as a kid before becoming a professional player. I can't remember, but there were multiple nights where I got to see Donnie pitch and other great Dodger players. So just a full circle moment.
Hi, I want to ask you about Shohei Ohtani. What's been the key to facing him?
I can't tell you that. You'll go tell him. You know, you don't want to let him get those arms extended because you make a mistake and it goes a long way. And he can beat you with his legs. He can beat you with his arm. He's one of the very best. He's a generational player.